Russia claims NATO will see the earth burn and the cement melt. We're moving from a time of plenty to a time of great tribulation, but most people on the planet have absolutely no idea what is coming. They don't realize that world hunger has absolutely exploded and has now become a major global issue. According to the UN, 2.4 billion people do not have enough food to eat on a consistent basis, and 900 million of them face severe food insecurity. Unfortunately, things are about to get a lot worse. The agreement between Russia and Ukraine that had allowed so much grain to be transported through the Black Sea has completely collapsed, and they are now threatening to attack any transport ship that passes through the area. The deal is over. On July 17, the Russians announced that they were not only withdrawing from the agreement, but warned that ships sailing to Ukrainian ports will be considered as potential carriers of military cargo. So ships that try to sail to Ukrainian ports will be seen by the Russians as enemy and set to sink, and there are no more safety guarantees. They have already struck with missiles and drones against port infrastructure and grain in Ukraine in recent days. Kiev's defense ministry said that starting Friday, any vessel bound for ports on the Russian mainland and in Russian-held areas of Ukraine, such as in Crimea or along the Sea of Azov, could also be considered a carrier of military cargo. According to War News 247, Russia lays the groundwork for something big, destroys Odessa's ports and air defense weapons depot hit with Russian general. The worst is yet to come, and the time has come to take the city, he said. Besides Ukraine, to watch Poland, the Middle East, and Eastern Mediterranean, the Black Sea, and 2 small states. While Ukrainian forces are being methodically outgunned by the Russian military as they turn the battlefields into meat grinders, the U.S. is urging Kyiv to commit to a decisive offensive against the Russians. The Washington Post on July 18 wrote that the West had trained Ukrainian forces to integrated offensive maneuvers and provided them with mine-clearing equipment. The Washington Post source stressed that it is critical for Kiev troops to implement these capabilities to quickly penetrate Russian defenses. Ultimately, the Ukrainian counterattack was an utter failure. All attempts by the Ukrainian army failed, resulting in heavy casualties. Western analysts encourage immediate NATO involvement in the conflict. On July 8, the Guardian newspaper published an article entitled, "Defeat for Ukraine would be a global disaster. NATO must finally step in to stop Russia." There's a risk that if the current counteroffensive does not make significant progress, then Ukraine may do something ugly that will anger the Red Bear, and then what? Now, the elder said on February 4th, 2021, the elder said, when the conflict flares up for good, Russia, like a wounded bear, will come down south to take revenge. And then about a month later, on March 13, 2021, the elder said the Russian bear, bruised by the treachery of the Turks, will come down to Turkey to take revenge, and it will come down like lava and burn everything in its path. Repentance, 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 and prayer. In your homes have sanctification and resurrection candles and pray constantly. The hours have arrived, much prayer, and have a lot of love for one another and for the whole world. Pray for your enemies too. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.